Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Want to get my thoughts on the Amazon Prime show, The Boys. Now, The Boys is a show about superheroes. And I know, between the movies and TV shows, superhero stuff is kind of oversaturated, But this one I think is worth watching. Any show is only worth watching if the characters are interesting, And these are some interesting characters, starting out with Karl Urban. I don't know if I would really say he's super interesting, but the delivery of his lines and basically the passion he has in wanting to kill Homelander, there's something there that it pushes the plot along, and he's not even one of the more interesting characters. Neither is Jack Quaid. This guy, he's just so fucking boring. And apparently the only big thing about Jack Quaid is he has this hard-on for Billy Joel. And the whole series is just littered with lots of Billy Joel music, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Billy Joel. I don't know. I mean, that might anger a lot of Billy Joel fans, but just doesn't seem like a good fit for a show of this type, And then you got the fish guy, who's very funny, very, very funny, the fish guy. And one theme throughout the whole show is, and what I love it does is it kind of spoofs comic books, and it's just, and in the new series coming up, there's a Soldier Boy character, which is pretty much a ripoff of Captain America. This show has ripoffs of Wolverine, has ripoffs of Superman, has ripoffs of Aquaman, and it's just really funny in most ways how useless the Aquaman character is. He's even kind of a running joke. He has a hard-on for dolphins. I shit you not. There's a scene that gets close to where he's possibly going to set up somehow making out with a dolphin. It's one of the funniest scenes in the show. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen that scene. Also, he goes around talking to lobsters and talking to fish. And he does. Like, one of Aquaman's things is he talks to fish. I think in the Aquaman movie, in the DC movie, they didn't really go into that, but that's really like one of his powers. But it's just hilarious when you see them talking to the fish. It's just so fucking funny. Aaron Moriarty's character, I forget the name of the character. Kind of like a Dazzler type character, where she controls like electricity and has bursts of stuff. I really don't know what her power is exactly. One standout from her is how great she looks in her outfit. It's what I recall, Other characters that are interesting would be, far and away, really Homelander. I think a lot of this really revolves around Homelander. Now, there's a character that is called Noir that is kind of like a superpowered type Batman. Doesn't say anything. There is a Wonder Woman type character. Really, like, if you watch the show, these are one-to-one ripoffs of the DC Marvel type characters. I don't see how there possibly weren't maybe lawsuits. I mean, I know it's hard to like, I don't know. I don't know how that would really work, as far as trademarking goes. But Homelander and Wonder Woman, whatever the fuck her name is, I'll call it Wonder Woman copy. There's a dynamic between them. There's just so many outstanding scenes. There's regular characters amidst all the superpowered people. And those characters are mostly kind of just there. Like, there's one guy, and the big thing about him is, the storyline is that he has a romantic relationship with the Wolverine-type character, and he has, like, a really overdone French accent. I want to get around to talking about Homelander. And that is really, I think, the reason to watch his show, is Homelander is very interesting as a take on Superman. Like, how would Superman actually be? If you were Superman, if you had pretty much all the power, If you had all that strength, and if you were near invulnerable, wouldn't you be kind of an ass? Wouldn't you be kind of corrupt? Yeah. Homelander is not, I repeat, Homelander is not a good guy. He is, the centerpiece of Voight International. Because, of course, if I didn't mention it, basically superheroes here are sold for money. That's the big plot theme of the show, is how they are marketed. They are marketed. They even set up, like, relationships, which is, I've never seen this done before. They actually set up relationships in the show. There's one segment where they actually have arranged marriages for this one guy, the Aquaman type character, Finster. I forget his name, But they set up like marriages, and they set up relationships. And the beginning of the show, I'll get back to Homelander in a minute. The beginning of the show has one of the, I don't know how you take it, as be like, the way it's done, it's not super sad, because you look at it and you're like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Where the Flash character, can't forget the Flash character, like the Black Flash character, runs right through. The one character, one of the main characters is really boring. He has a girlfriend there, and he's hugging her on the sidewalk. He's holding her hands, and then the Flash character goes right through her, because he cannot handle the power, because he's taking, I think, steroids to enhance his power. Oh yeah, there's steroids that are being used here also, because there's sports competition between some of the superheroes, and then they have sponsorship deals and what have you. But he runs right through her, and then this guy, his big motivation is to basically kind of get revenge for that, and that's why he teams up with this Billy Butcher character. But back to Homelander. Homelander is really seriously screwed up in the head. He has issues. He has mommy issues. Daddy issues. He has an affinity for breast milk. I'll just leave it there. There's one scene where he's just feeling himself. Literally. He is on the top of a building, and he's jacking it. Like, you have to see it. Like, he's just jacking it on the top of a building. So, if you ever want to see the most fascinating take on a Superman type character, this show is the one to watch.